I'm back from my adventures in Gatlinburg, Tennessee, and I am so disappointed that I cannot post the videos that we made while at Dollywood because it's all copywritten music. What a pity. But suffice it to say, it was an amazing trip. Had a wonderful time. Look forward to going back. And I also look forward to packaging Gatlinburg, Bristol, Nashville, all the good things that Tennessee has to offer for our clients. So this morning, I am thinking it's still morning. It could be afternoon. Knowing how my world works, I only know day and night because I don't need to know what day it is. Sounds bad, but it's just the reality of how I work and how I live. And while making breakfast, I was thinking about several things. And one of the things came to mind about the world's way of thinking. I hope you don't see what's in my teeth because I'm not stopping this video to take it out. So, anyways, no, don't try and see it now. You know, the thought was getting to a certain age and having nothing to show for it. And I want us to talk about that today. It has been normalized in our culture as Jamaicans, but internationally, as I interact with persons on various levels and people of various economic levels, what you have acquired is what makes you a person of worth. So the integrity of your character, the strength of your will, the all the intangibles, the things you can't see, the things you can't put a dollar figure on, those are not seen as important. It's what you have attained in life. Even how your hair looks. Like I was like, look on the hair, cup on the hair side. And you know, as Jamaicans and Caribbean people, if the hair don't stay good, but I am learning to let go of all of the look, let go of all of the everything that people consider important. For example, the hair. And this is not what we're going to talk about, but I was just thinking, oh god, I can't come on camera, the hair don't stay right, it growing back now, and it look roly poly and all of the rest. But guess what? So what? It's here. You know, there are persons who would love if their hair would grow back based on the health challenges that are preventing it. So yeah, I am normalizing acceptance of self, irregardless of what ails you or irregardless of what does not fit the status quo. So really quickly now, the thought has been, by a certain age you need to achieve something. What is something? The tangibles: a house, a car, a first degree, a second degree, a PhD, multiple I don't know, multiple properties. You need to have stuff. You need to be able to show that you are progressive and progressing. And now that we are in our 50s, there are those who begin to feel very disheartened because they have not achieved or they have nothing to show. And it was the pandemic. I will always thank God for the pandemic that showed me how much I have. You see, 2019, I walked away from everything. I'm sure if you take the time to go and look in my video listings, you will come across that video that I walked away from everything. And the most important thing at that time for me was my mental state, maintaining my mental state. I was on the verge of losing it. And more than anything else, I needed to keep my mental state in check. And I needed to preserve my health. I needed to walk myself back from the brink of where I was heading, which was not very positive. And I needed to isolate myself from everything that was giving me the low value system, the low self-esteem, the insatiable appetite for more, simply because that's the society in which we live. The cost of living was of such that no matter how much I was generating from my business, it was just not enough. I was struggling. I was trying to keep up. I was trying to get help from, significant other. And I seem to have been the person who was just overwhelmed. And it was not so otherwise. This is not that video. We're not talking about that. But I'm talking about all that I discovered when I had nothing in my hand to look at. And I realized how much I had. I realized how much experience I had amassed. I realized I had done more things in life for productivity and growth than I could even remember. And what really sparked this conversation was a comment from one of my subscribers. I think she's called God's Child TV. And she asked some investment questions, or an investment question that led my mind to start thinking, because one thing, if you ever know me, I want to give true and factual information. And when I responded regarding the investment question, it was okay. It was an investment question. It was one that I answered very generally. And then, me being the perfectionist, looking about breakfast, I said to myself, but no, that's not the best answer. The best answer is something even more. And I don't have to tell her off the top of my head. I can tell her based on the fact that I was certified as a life insurance agent. I was like, many times there are persons who are given, information based on their own experience. But here I was, a licensed insurance agent, and I understand that once licensed, you're never unlicensed. You might need to update yourself. You might need to do some upgrades, but you're licensed. And I was like, but top, I am a licensed insurance agent. I can give this advice. And then it made me start to think, yes, I was licensed in Jamaica. And then I went to Canada and I did insurance again. I was like, damn, I forgot about that. And it really got me thinking, oh, how much have I done in my life? How can someone look at me and say I have nothing to show? What are you looking at? And so I really started to do a quick checklist. And I am like, oh my God, you are overwhelmingly, awesomely powerful. I'm a writer. I'm a speaker. I'm a translator. I'm a linguist. I speak several languages. I'm a traveler. I am a certified cruise agent. Oh my God. I can offer you cruises on billion-dollar vessels, sailing every ocean, departing from every port, sailing to every continent on this planet, with the backing of Cruise Line International Association. And I'm like, dear God. And that's just the start. I am a trainer. I can train you to build, maintain, and have a successful business. And it really started to shock me. People might say, oh, but you don't have a degree. Yes, but I've been to university. I just didn't finish. Why didn't I finish? Persons will say, oh, it doesn't matter that you didn't finish. Or it does matter, I'm sorry. But what I said first is really correct. It does not even matter that I didn't finish. Because you see, that psychology degree that I was studying for, I have used more of that content than the persons who graduated. Because you see, my classmates, and I'm not speaking for everyone, but typically those who were in class with me doing that BA in psychology, they were doing it to get an increase in their salary. For me, I was simply doing it as self-help. It was a very expensive counseling session. But I really wanted to know what was wrong with my mental state. What were some of the things that I could do to help myself? And I got those answers, and I have put them in my books. I have applied them to my life. I have added them to the various talks I have given. I have used it to change my life. Have I done it to earn? Yes. No. It depends on the situation. But even in selling travel, the people skills, the listening skills, the empathy, all of that I got from doing this degree in psychology. And so it's the value you place on what you have. And it is the thought that you maintain on that value. And so this is just a reflective thought. But I want you also to think, what have you done in your life? What have you learned? What skills have you amassed? Can I just tell you? Back in the day, when I started as a hotel management trainee, and that was 1990, I learned a lot of skills. And the one that I use, maybe the most, but the one that I am able to see are my culinary skills. I'm a good cook. I have knife skills that make anyone who sees me chopping know that I had some sort of training. Never had to use it commercially. I don't cook to feed a mass. I cook to feed those around me. But I do it with the same thought process. I was gonna say integrity, but yeah, integrity, because you're thinking about, proper food storage, even using the proper cutting board, not mixing protein with other things. This is just really off the top of my head, but my point really is nothing is wasted. No education is wasted. No learning is wasted. And so somebody said in my mind, because sometimes I have conversations with invisible persons. And no, don't speak about my mental state, because we all do it, yeah? Saying, okay, fine, you have written books. How many copies have you sold? Have you sold 1,000? And of course, I will sell 1,000 as soon as 1,000 of you go and buy a copy. So stop putting people down. Stop saying, oh, you say you have done this, but where's the proof? What is the proof? The proof is the person. When will it all manifest and become evident? When it manifests and when it becomes evident. Many persons who you see as raving successes, it's just that their time came and all the forces lined up. If it were Microsoft that we're talking about, Bill Gates, all the situations lined up. If he had been born 20 years earlier, he would not be talking about being a multi-billionaire who created Microsoft, because he wouldn't have had all the circumstances lining up perfectly for him to make that entryway and to be the brilliant success that he is. And we could pull out all the other greats. It's when opportunity meets occasion, when everything lines up, however you want to see that. So my thought and my talk today is, Look at what you have in your hand. Look at what you have in your head. Look at what you have in your heart. And that is where you should start when determining what you have, your value. And you will find that your thought processes change. For me, being in my 50s, I have got a lot to share. I've got a lot that I can use to build empires. Yes, I did say empires. Because you see, greatness starts in the mind. And in my mind, I am no longer looking to build my empire. I'm looking to build empires around me. Because you see, as I like to say, when the tide rises, all the boats float. I'm on the decline. You know, I'm 50 years gone from where I started. And so it is inevitable that I am on a journey that is descending. Some people are on a journey that is rising. Isn't it so much more productive for me to plant and sow and build in them? Because in the process of doing that, some will lift and some will lift me. But that is not my goal now. My goal is to live well, travel well, eat well, sleep well, and be well. Because at the end of the day, it's what you pour into others, it's what you build in life that's really going to be of worth. It's the memory. You know, we would think of all of these musicians. I could call names, but of course I would need to fact check. So there, Colonel Sanders. Let's go there. 65 years old. That's when he started to become a household name. And maybe he didn't even see the end of what is now KFC. But you just need to believe that what you have in your head, that gift, it will make room for you. And don't hold on to it selfishly and slavishly. Spread it out. Because you see, as you push things out, it's going to come right back. And that is how we build and grow and create a legacy. So yes, that's what I've got to say today. You have a fabulous day. Entering into 2026. Make it, oh my God, did I say 2026? Oh, I am currently selling most of my cruises for 2026. And so you see, I have run past 2025, but that is so like me. Forward thinking, forward planning. But let's start with 2025, right? So make 25 a great year. And you get into your hand, get into your mind, see what you have, and make it count. You know how it is. Sherry has lots to say. Ciao for now.